As a continuation on bank position or cash position across our banks, we'll go ahead and look at some of the other tiles which are helpful in making some of these business decisions. So we looked at cash position being in green, well over our threshold, so we have cash to spend. Yet over on the right-hand side, we have cash discount utilization below our set target, and that's in red. So in this case, we might want to make some strategic decisions on where it's best to position that extra cash and try to get over our cash discount utilization threshold. Keep in mind, at any time, we can go ahead and drill into check this out. I've gotten that 6 times. Oh, it's gonna be fun. So we can drill into that liquidity forecast and look at line item level detail. In here, you can see our closing balance as well as daily cash in and cash out in terms of a netted cash flow. Perhaps I want to look at that either by the company code or in this particular view by liquidity items. So now we've bucketed all our cash in, cash out for such items as cash payments, goods receivable, cash in sales domestic, cash in sales international, cash out for tax amount, and so on and so forth. You can see obviously as many buckets, so to speak, of cash movement that you have, this would all be dictated and covered in here. If you wanted to go even one more step of granularity further, we could open any one of these individual buckets, or we could bring all of them over and look at the line item level details for all of the cash in and cash out, again at line item level granularity. So this will not only take in all your system information in terms of accounts receivable, accounts payable, but you can see in here we've also got loans and other items that are in our system all being shown at the line item level. You could sort this by date, as you can imagine, customer, vendor, company code, really any number of levels of granularity. But in this case, I'm going to just look at it by the 2 customers that I manage, or potentially a employee ID number, whichever way you'd want to do this. But in this case, considering we have so much workflow in our system, it's easier to look at it by customer. And in this case, we can see all of the cash receivables, sales, distributions, discounts, etc., all done on a line item level. So a lot of power to be able to drill down to every level of pennies in and pennies out. Ultimately, though, to close the loop in terms of our conversation today, we wanted to get a better understanding of what our cash position is. We saw that quite extensively in the liquidity forecast, but we really wanted to make a wise decision and take more advantage of some of these centralized services that become available by seeing we have plenty of cash on hand. It's in green. Cash discounts haven't been met. I have 2 different tiles up here of where we have discounts available and what our cash discount forecast is. We can set these tiles to be whatever we want. In this case, I've got company code, one of the company codes I manage, but also discounts that are expiring in 1 month. So I can kind of keep track of what's coming up on the horizon. One of our other tiles is expiring in 5 days, so something that's more immediate is also available if that would suit you better. So when I open this up, you can see again in real time our current discounts available. In this case, it's all discounts expiring within 1 month. We've sorted this by company code. Our demo system predominantly works in company code 1710, but you can see if you have multiple company codes working in your system, it can handle that. We could also look at it by maybe payment terms, so you could figure out what's most beneficial. In this case, 2 net 30 or a end of month 4% discount. Depending on which cash discount is most beneficial, you might be able to, or might be interested in sorting it this way. Or if you wanted to say, hey, I need or am expected to cut a check to a given supplier, you could look at it by supplier. So lots of suppliers we can look at throughout our entire system, but in this case, I'm going to go ahead and focus in on my particular supplier, which is Caitlin. And in this case, I can now see just the expired discounts, so the ones that I've missed in the past, recently in the past, as well as the expiring discounts in the next 30 days versus our available cash discount. So a really nice visual on what's available, what I missed, so on and so forth. And as you can come to expect, we've created a link to go straight from here into our payment portal or our supplier line items, which this should be looking a little bit familiar at this point. And you can see I've sorted this just by discount available in terms of our most discount available to date. You can see all of our pending ones as well as our late ones, and again, using that common stoplight. Green is due now or about to be due, is in yellow. That's actually due today, as well as the payments that we've missed. So if I wanted to go ahead and come in and make a payment, why don't I do it for the one that's due today? Click on that item, create single payment. Our bank information is transferred over automatically, so no need to remember that's contained in our business partner information. And I can go ahead and hit create to send out this payment. And you can see up here, payment run has been scheduled. We're doing that at the end of the day to cut down on bank checks or supplier or bank transfers. So that'll all be scheduled at the end of the evening. So that is our payment portal, as well as our cash discount and liquidity forecast. The final thing to be able to look at is just this cash discount utilization rate. In this case, we can see it over time where we've been actively making payments when we haven't. You could also see that performance by company code. So if you were wanting to compare different groups against each other to see who's taking advantage of their discounts available, maybe you run your business by region or supplier. So all of the different ways to look at which discounts are getting taken advantage of and which ones aren't, sliced and diced in many different ways.